everyone, my name's Michelle and this is my channel Sewing Bunny. Thank you for joining me in my video today, which is my April makes video. So before I get showing you all of my April makes, I will just share with you what I'm wearing. This is the Stitch Upon a Time Mary Peplum top, and this fabric I got from Fabricland a long time ago, probably 3 years ago now, I think. I got it from my local Fabricland in Brighton, which unfortunately has been closed for a couple of years now. But it's really nice light t-shirt weight fabric, and I love the Mary Peplum because, well, as it suggests, it's got a little peplum on the bottom, so it joins at the waist, and it's got this lovely little skirt piece, so it's really nice and comfortable to wear. So where should I start? Let's start with what I did for the sew along. If you've seen that already, then thank you so much for all your lovely comments on my video. I really enjoyed making this. For those of you that might not have seen it, I made the Friday Pattern Company Westcliff dress. And this particular pattern, it comes in a few different variations. So on the cover here, you've got this full maxi length version. And on the back, you do have this knee length version. Now, I did find when I was cutting out the pattern, it does also come in a top version as well, which it doesn't really say on the pattern envelope or that I could see anywhere, but you can make it into a top. It comes with a waistband piece that sits just below your waistline there, and so you can more or less turn it into a top, probably about that sort of length, I would say. So just in case you didn't know that. But the version that I went for was this knee length version. And the fabric that I used, oh, it's absolutely beautiful fabric. This is from Fabric Godmother. I got it at the Stitch Festival this year, and it is a modal jersey. So it's kind of like a viscose jersey, I guess, is probably the nearest thing that you'll probably kind of get to it. Sorry if you can hear beeping outside, there's a lorry reversing. But yeah, it's a really, really nice soft jersey. It's this sort of minty colour background with these lovely sort of like animal print, like different sort of colour animal print splodges all over. It's really, really nice. I absolutely love this dress. And I must admit, this dress fit me so well. I really struggled with the wrap over style for tops and dresses. I think every pattern I've tried so far, I get a little bit of gapage and I have to try and make adjustments to it. Some of them have worked out all right, some of them not so well, as you'll see later on in this video. But this one absolutely fit bang on, really, really nice. So you've got this neckband piece, and because it's jersey, it just hugs really nicely and sort of like clings, you know, and it means you don't have any gape. So if you are someone that does struggle with that, with wrap dresses, that you get a lot of gape, I really do recommend trying this dress. It's quite a high wrap as well. So it comes up to about here rather than some that are a little bit lower. So you do feel quite comfortable in it. It's got some beautiful details as well. I really like this yoke piece here. It's, oh, cat's running around. You've got like these sort of gathers just in the yoke pieces, and that gives a lovely little extra sort of shape as well for the bust. Sorry if you can hear my cat Bentley meowing. Yeah, it's really, really nice. It's got a nice length skirt. So for me, I like dresses that sit at my knee. I don't like it when they're too high. And this came out really, really nicely. It also does have a waist tie as well. Now mine, I actually sewed, I sewed into the side seams. In the actual pattern, it just gives you one long tie that you just wrap around and tie it up, so it's loose. But I actually had some issues with my length of fabric, so I had to really put them in the sides. And I must admit, best thing I've done. I'm so glad actually that I had that sort of like happy accident, because I much prefer having the waist ties in the side seams rather than just one loose piece, because I'd probably end up losing the belt or something like that, whereas when they're sewn into the side seams, it just means they're not going to go anywhere. So you can wrap the tie at the back, or I could wrap it at the front. So I think the back is a better option for me. I think that looks really nice. I also added in a little label saying, yes, I made it, which is one of the Kylie and the Machine labels. I think this was one that Karen from So Little Time gave to me in one of our little Felicity Fabrics secret gift swap things, I think, which was, not last year, the year before. So I thought that would be really nice with the pink. I thought the pink complemented the pinks in the fabric really nicely. So as I mentioned, yes, I did struggle a little bit with fabric length. So when I was at the Stitch Festival, there wasn't too much left on the roll. So I just asked for what was left, which was 1.7 meters. And I really wanted to make the Westcliff dress using this fabric. And on the length of the fabric recommendations at the back, for my size, well, it says for extra small to medium, and I made a medium, that if your fabric is 45 inches wide, you need about 2.4 meters. And if your fabric is between 54 and 60 wide, you need about 2.1. Now mine, I think, was about 54 wide, if not maybe slightly less, I'm not sure. But I had 1.7 meters. And so I was, quite a lot of fabric out, but I kind of thought, oh, they're usually quite generous, with these. I'm sure I can squeeze it out. And when I was cutting it, yeah, I couldn't get my pattern pieces to fit in. So I did have to go off grain for some of them. And some of the pieces in this dress are cut on the cross grain. So the cross grain pieces are the bodice piece, so these two pieces here, and the yoke pieces on there. I think everything else, oh no, the sleeves as well. The sleeves are on the cross grain as well, but everything else is on, the straight grain. But because this fabric is 4-way stretch, it actually worked out no problem at all. You'd never know that I didn't have enough fabric and that I cut it in different directions, because the way that the print is, you can't tell that it's, slightly different. You might be able to really tell if you look up closely between the skirt and the bodice. So can you see the splodges here are going a bit across and the splodges here look more like they're going down. You can't really tell. And I mean, yeah, no one's going to know apart from me. But I'm happy because I managed to get it out of 1.7 meters result. So I really do like the fit of this dress. I will insert some pictures obviously of me wearing it, and yeah, I'm really happy with it. I think the only thing I thought of is that I was kind of between sizes. I was sort of a medium and a large, so I went for the medium, which fits absolutely beautifully. The only thing I might do is my waist and hips did fall into the large category, but I kind of thought it'd be all right to go for a medium. It's not tight by any means, but I do think I might try grading the waist and hips next time to a large, just because, just the way I like things fitted. I find that it does, like, slim, like sort of glide over. But, if you've maybe eaten like, a bowl of pasta or something, then, it can be a little bit close, just for my liking. So I think next time I'll just do that. But I do love this dress. I absolutely love it. And yeah, really happy with it. Now, as I mentioned, this particular pattern comes in the maxi, the knee length and the top version. And I just wanted to whiz up a really quick version of the top to actually see if it was something that I was going to wear. Because in my sew along, I think I mentioned that, if there's a top version and how well the dress fits me, I want to try the top. Now I had some kind of old fabric in my stash. So this is basically a bit of a toile. I never do toiles, but I just kind of thought before I use some nice fabric, I want to make sure that it's actually a style that I like, because the dress I love. And then the more I thought about it, I kind of thought, well, what would I actually team up with the top, because it's quite tight fitting. But yes, I did make up a little mock-up sort of version of it, which is this one. I should have really put it on a hanger. Let me just whack it on a hanger quickly. Yeah, so it was this version here. So this is this fabric I got from Fabric Styles very, very, very early on when I was learning to sew. And I picked this up in like a, it was like a sort of like you get like 3 random fabrics, 1 meter each, and it was, you know, like really, really cheap. And they sent me this one. And so yeah, it's just kind of what I would say a toile sort of fabric. It is a crepe jersey, like almost like a scuba. Not sure if you can really see there, but it is sort of like a crepe jersey. But yeah, I think it's all poly, I think, on there. But I did like the design of this, like with this sort of tile effect. And I think initially I was going to make a skirt or something out of it, but I just kind of thought the more, it was just sitting in my stash, and I thought this would make a really nice toile. So yes, I made it all up as the top. I haven't hemmed the bottom, but I did add quite a bit of additional length to the waistband piece. So I think the waistband initially should have stopped about here, and I just added on a little bit of extra just because I wanted to kind of play around with how long I thought I might want the waistband. Now, when I tried this on, it is nice, but I don't think I would actually wear this as a top, because you can't really wear it outside of jeans because it's close fitting on the waist. As you can see here, you know, it does kind of cinch in quite a bit. It means you have to then wear it maybe with jeans over the top. And I don't know, I have got some pictures and I'll insert them. I'm just not 100% sure how it looks inside jeans for my liking. I think it's something to do with the height of my jeans and the line of this waist. It's almost like you've got this line where your waist is, and then my jeans sit slightly below that. And so I just kind of think it looks maybe a little bit strange with having that line and then my jeans just sitting just underneath it. I'm not sure. So I don't think I will necessarily make another top version of it. But I'm glad I've done this one. And I'm very actually happy with my pattern placement at the back. I did like this big tile on the back piece, which I thought was really, really nice. So I may well wear it out, because it is a really nice like looking piece of fabric. But yeah, just not 100% sure if I like the top style on me, but I love the dress. So on the subject of wrap tops, I made the McCall's 8219, and I made this version here. And I really, really liked the look of this top, because I thought it'd be absolutely perfect to wear for working in the office, because I wanted something that was sleeveless but not like a strappy top. Because I find if I'm in the office and I wear like strappy tops and things, I just don't feel appropriate. But I quite like these sort of like sleeveless designs. And as it was a wrap top, I thought, oh, that would be nice. I'll give that a go. Now, I gave this a go and I made the size 14. Now, the size 14 on here, it says it is for a bust of 36, which is what I am, a waist of 28, which is 2 inches smaller than what I am, and a hip of 38, which is 2 inches smaller than what I am. But when I looked at the like the finished garment measurements, then it said that it was for the bust, it said it was a 36.5 inch finished garment measurement at the bust, and the width was 41. Now I was trying to kind of work that out in my mind. So it just meant that it was actually 1/2 inch larger than my bust. And I just thought for jersey that was a bit strange, but I kind of thought I don't want to size down too much and make it too clingy, because a few people had said to me they'd made this pattern and this area actually came out quite slim. So I thought, okay, let's make the size 14 and see how we go. And I made it using this lovely jersey fabric, which I got from Felicity Fabrics. It's so pretty. It's a white background with these flowers on. It is so pretty. And do you know what? When I was making this up, I really, really enjoyed it. I used jersey bias binding for the first time, which was an absolute breeze to use. Really, really nice. You use it exactly the same way as you do woven bias binding. And I just got some ready-made white, which I just got from eBay, I think it was. And it just turned out beautifully. It fit on so nicely. I really like how it's finished on the inside as well. If I can just show you that when you make it up, obviously this is where the bias binding is, and then when the wrap starts coming in, you get it all enclosed. And I just think that's really, really nice. It's a really nice finish, but it's too big. It's far, far too big. So I do need to size down if I make it again. So I find that it fits nicely around the waist, but on the top it's just absolutely massive. The wrap just gapes and it doesn't fit me nicely at all, really. I can get away with wearing a little white vest top underneath it, so it just kind of you know, cuts across here. And what I have done as well is I have added in a snap. Can you see there, that little snap? Now if I take the snap off, or undo the snap should I say, you can actually see kind of quite how low it can get, and for me, I mean, that is very, very low for me. So I added in the snap a little bit higher up, just because I thought then it would close it up a bit. So my snap is just here, and you can see here, this is where the end of the wrap finishes. So it just closes it up a little bit. Again, I will insert some pictures of me wearing this so you can see what I mean. I think it looks really nice overall, but yeah, it just doesn't fit me properly. So I think if I make it again, I'm going to size down and see how I get on. I think again, maybe grade, maybe do a much, much smaller bust area, and then maybe keep the waist maybe roughly the same, because I don't want it too clingy, a bit like the Westcliff top. I don't want anything too clingy because I want to be able to wear it on the outside of jeans. I don't particularly want it tucked in. I only tend to like things tucked into jeans when it's things like blouses, and so you can get that sort of blousey sort of effect. But yeah, it's a little bit of a shame because I really do like the pattern. It's a really nice pattern to sew up. I didn't have any problems at all with it. So I would say maybe if you're a little bit more busty, you might be all right with this wrap, because I think it's because maybe my chest size, I'm just wrap tops, I don't know what it is, they just don't particularly fit me very well. But I can still wear this. So because I've added in the snap, and I can just pop on a little vest top underneath, and yeah, it just looks like it's a top that's maybe a little bit too big for me. But yeah, apart from that, I actually did really enjoy making it. Next up, I made the Friday Pattern Company Patina blouse. I've seen so many people make this blouse up, and I thought, oh, I'm going to jump on the bandwagon and give it a go. Now, I have slight mixed feelings over the Patina blouse. Initially, when I made it up, I fell in love with it, and I was like, yes, I love it, I love it, I love it. But the more I've kind of worn it, I don't know, I'm just not 100%, and I think it might be possibly just what I've done fabric wise on it. Anyway, so here it is. This gorgeous fabric I got from Beyond the Pink Door. This beautiful lilac colour with these animals in. So you've got like giraffes and zebras and birds and leaves. It's absolutely stunning fabric. I love it. And if you'd seen my plans video from April, I wasn't sure if I wanted a white collar or a black collar. So I went for the white collar, but I did piping. So I've got some black piping going all the way down the collar, which I think looks absolutely fab. I'm so pleased with it. And I did say, oh, you know, I really do like the white collar. I'm a bit worried about stains. I've stained it already, which is an absolute pain. I need to try and get that out, but it is just a little stain just there. You can't really see it, but it was actually when my iron splotted out a little bit of water. And yes, I've just got this little sort of slight yellowing just here, but you can't really see it. If I look at it from afar, you can't really see it. It's just me. I think the black collar just for me would have been a bit too dark. I wanted this to be a really nice summery blouse, and I just think the white sets it off really nicely. I also finished it off with these purple buttons, which I think matches the fabric really well. I didn't need to do buttonholes. I could pop it straight on over my head. Bonus. So yeah, I managed to do those without buttonholes. It's got a nice little yoke piece at the back here, and also it's sort of like lined on the inside as well. I added in one of these little labels as well, which says "Dream it, make it." And I thought the colour of that just went really well with the fabric. Now I did size down on the Patina blouse because I noticed when I was looking at a lot of other people's, it did look quite oversized. Now usually I don't mind an oversized look, but I just thought for me it might be a little bit too oversized. So I did size down to the size small, which I'm very happy that I did, because I think if this was any bigger, then I probably wouldn't enjoy wearing it as much. Now, I do love the blouse, and as I was saying, I'm just not 100% sure on it because I think it's the collar that annoys me a little bit. Now, I love that it's white, and I love that I've done the binding, but it just always looks a bit wrinkly, and I think it's because I used viscose for the collar, which, you know, is really nice. It's really nice and soft, but I don't know, I think I probably should have used maybe like a cotton lawn instead of a viscose, because every time I press it, I just can't seem to get a really nice sort of straight collar. Do you kind of know what I mean? And I'm probably being really petty about it, but there's something about a little bit of a like messy collar that just kind of annoys me a little bit. It looks like I haven't ironed it when I have. I hope you know what I mean on there. I mean, overall, I do love the blouse. I really do enjoy it, but I don't know, you can probably see it a little bit more on the back there. It's just not, it doesn't look crisp. And I think that's what's bugging me about it, is that I want a crisp collar. And I think if I'd used cotton, it probably would have been a better bet. So I think if I do make it again, I will continue obviously to use viscose for the actual blouse, but I think I will use a cotton for the collar. But I mean, overall, I absolutely love it. I love the colours of it. It's perfect for summer. It's certainly not going to stop me wearing it by any means, but I just kind of thought it's probably one that I'll wear a bit more casually than I thought. I thought this I would be able to, you know, wear out for more, you know, kind of smarter things, even though I know it's got all the fun animals on. But I think because of the collar being so soft, I think it's just going to be a bit more for casual sort of wear. But I still love it. I still do love it. I'm really happy with it, and I love the fabric. Also, with the patina, I just forgot to mention that I did lengthen it as well. I lengthened it by 2 inches because I think it was a slightly shorter length top. So I did lengthen it by 2 inches, and that is bang on for me. Now, last up, I made the Grainline Studio Scout Tee. I love this pattern. This is the first time I've made it up, and I made it using this Fabric Godmother, like viscose crepe, or it might be like a viscose or a tencel crepe or something like that. It's super, super soft, this fabric. It's gorgeous. So, so nice. And I love this fabric. I love the yellow flowers. I love the cheetahs. I'm loving all of the foliage. I just love this fabric. It's so, so pretty. And this was perfect for the Scout Tee. It was just such a basic pattern. You get a front piece, a back piece, and a sleeve, and you also do get a binding piece, but I actually chose to use some of the Specky Seamstress bias binding because her shop has now reopened, which is brilliant because I love her bias tape, and I thought this daisy print just went so well with this t-shirt. I absolutely love it. I also added in another Kylie and the Machine one with label, which is Go-Go Juice. So I thought the colours in that went really well with the top. But I just love it. It's so simple, but yet it's just so effective. And I thought I had a metre of this fabric. I didn't. I had 70 centimetres because I did buy it, I think, in one of their like remnant sales. And I thought I had a metre, but when I actually measured it, it was 70. And do you know what? Yes, I probably wouldn't have had enough to do the bias if I wanted to do the fabric bias tape. But to do just this and do the pre-made bias tape, no problem with 70 centimetres. Absolutely fine. No problem at all. And I can't wait to make more of these. I didn't lengthen the pattern or anything. I think it's a perfect length for me. And I just love the boxy look of it. It's not too boxy, but it's kind of blousey enough. You know, as long as you use something which has got a lot of drape, I think you're absolutely fine with this. But I'm really, really pleased with it. I did find that the sleeves, you do have to gather them a little bit. I think in the pattern, I'm not sure if it says you need to gather them or not, but I did find that you do have to gather them ever so slightly at the top. But yeah, I love it. I love this t-shirt. I've worn it quite a lot, to be honest. I'm trying not to wear it too much. I'm trying to vary my wardrobe, especially because it's Me Made May. I'm trying to wear lots of different things as much as I can. But yeah, I love this, and I do want to make another one. I'm hopefully got some plans to make some more. Let me know if you've made any of those patterns and what you think of them and which one was maybe your favourite. Okay, well, I'll speak to you all very, very soon in my next video. Take care. Bye.